What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to repair a battery cable that has been pulled out. First thing you'll need is a knife. Right now, so now we're going to cut the shrink away just like that. Sometimes it may take a couple of things to start. Sorry about the light, guys. Didn't mean to. So sometimes it takes a couple of storing or storing, I should say. But once you get inside of the battery like this, sooner or later, then sometimes you can just stick the knife in and finish it like this. So once you get into the cell, so right there, that's where we're going, is right there. So we just need to cut some more and then peel this back. Alright. Now that we got to the actual battery, like that, we can resolder it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it some more. So I can just get it into that solder joint. I'm going to fold it over like this, so this is not in my way. So we're just going to warm that joint up. So after we warm that joint up, we're going to take our knife and we're going to do this. We're going to get that, we're going to peel it. You see, it should look like this after you're done. So when we're done with that, we're going to do this. And I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna trim the excess off. So before I cut like that, trim the excess off, twist it again, make sure it's all nice. That way, all I gotta do is put it right there on the battery. So I always use, when I'm soldering, I always use this solder right here. I don't know if you this solder for like RC stuff. It's real easy to get out, and you don't have to like hold it. It comes out like that through the top. And I like to use a soldering station or a soldering gun mount or holder when I'm soldering, so I can obviously do this. So I'm just making sure, I'm just doing a little bit of one or a couple of times, checking everything while the soldering gun holds up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little piece of solder, about that big. I'm going to cut a little piece of solder like this. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to want to try to twist it in there. If you can't twist it, that's okay, because I was going to cut that piece off anyway because that was a bad piece. So once the soldering gun warms up, you can put your solder on like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I don't hit that battery like that. Hold it there for a second, and then I'm going to put the solder up against like this. I find it easier to put the solder on like that, or sometimes I just put the solder on like this, leave it sit there for a minute, bring the battery over here, and then just solder like that, and then put it on the battery. So and bam, voila. you have a newly soldered battery. Now what I'm going to do now is, so this solder joint will stay in there. I'm going to take my solder and my soldering iron, I should say, and then just heat that up a little bit. And clean it up. That way your soldering joint will be a little bit stronger. And make sure you're doing this in like a comfortable platform or a comfortable place like a bench, because you really want to be able to see what you're doing when you're doing this. So now I'm going to hold the wire, put it like this, melt it down on. Be careful not to do that. Melt it down on there, and you see how that's a whole lot nicer now. Besides all the burnt stuff, which I probably should have cleaned up first, but I was trying to reuse the soldering. So now you don't want to leave this joint open. So what I do is I usually take, I try to match electrical tape with color, but sometimes you can't always get the color of the battery with the electrical tape. So what I'll do is I'll write electrical tape from here, right here. I'll electrical tape around this battery, and I'll make sure that when you pull this battery out, you don't pull on this connector. So I'll actually do something like this, and I'll actually bend the wire that way and electrical tape around the wire. See, I bent the wire like this, and I'll electrical tape around the wire, so you still have this right here to plug into your car or boat. So thank you for watching this video, and that is how to fix a broken battery.